Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagadgurum. Om. Adoration to Lord Krishna, the preceptor of the universe, destroyer of the forces of darkness, bestower of immortality. Srimad Bhagavad Gita in chapter 7, known as Jnana Vijnana Yoga, the yoga of wisdom and realization. These two words are put together. Jnana is having a perfect intellectual grasp, but it stays at theory level. Vijnana is realizing, not in theory. Theory disappears. Presently, 21st verse, giving profound insight into the process that leads to liberation. Yo yo yam yam tanum bhakta shraddhayarchitumichyati tasya tasya chalam shraddham tameva vidadhamyaham. Whatever divine form a devotee wishes to worship with faith, it is I who intensify and render his faith unflinching in that form. The statement is very brief, but the meaning behind it is very profound. In a very broad way to understand, people don't worship the God, because bringing God to your mind is not a simple job. So when you begin to draw the idea, I will love God, it requires now a subtle change to occur in your mental process. In Godward movement, you have three paths. Karma marga, that turns into karma yoga. Upasana marg, that turns into bhakti and meditation, dhyana. And ultimately, moksha marg, liberation. That's jnana becomes highlighted. In upasana marg, when you practice worshipping God, let me give you a very simplified answer, simplified description. First, we use the term Supreme God, the Devata, one absolute. All worships are relating to Anya Devata, other than that the absolute, because I have no other choice. But when you turn your attention to Anya Devata, same Ishta Devata can be viewed by you as the Devata or other than the Devata, Anya Devata. Same. If this is not understood, lot of troubles arise. People have suffered from lot of terroristic developments, because people who love Shiva, now they don't want to go to Vishnu's. Reading Gita, whoever worships me will attain me. Interpreting it, Only Krishna will lead you to liberation. Worship, studying Ramayana, Rama says the same thing. Whoever attains me attains liberation. No other God he must go to. Same deity that you are worshipping is any of the many deities is you can worship as the absolute, Brahman, the Devata, God. Or the same one you can worship, but you are worshipping not the God, but a limited image of God that your mind has created based on its desires. In other words, you can worship Goddess Lakshmi. You need success in your business. When you are worshipping Lakshmi Devi for fulfilling the need of your life, you want money, you want certain things settled in your life, whatever is your understanding of Lakshmi, on that basis, you are worshipping Lakshmi. Nothing wrong in it, because your worship cannot be mature in the beginning. Any form of upasana, even when the mind has not yet clearly understood it, has its purpose. So therefore scriptures have created puja vidhan, different deities. How do you worship them? Lord Shiva needs bilva patras. Lord Vishnu needs tulsi patras. I'm giving you a simple illustration. But when you study the whole ritual presented by so many rishis, it has a lot of details. So all those details, what do they entail? They capture your mind. And mind is being gradually led to something sattvic. But if you stay only with your desires, and you are not benefited any more than you are dull with manda buddhi. And same Lakshmi Devi, you can worship as Devi who is adored by entire God set, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and all. Devi who is Supreme Brahman, manifesting as Divine Mother. Then that Lakshmi Devi now is the giver of Shakti, Bhakti, Mukti, giver of liberation. Same Ishta Devata, through immature stage, you are worshipping as other than the God, Anya Devata. And therefore, mind holding to this type of concept that my God is only Rama, no Krishna. Bhagavad Gita goes on. No one. I wait for Ramayana. Other way around, there are people worship only Krishna. No Rama, no Shiva, no nothing of that. This form of thinking is a source of perverted, it keeps the mind perverted. And it has a very negative effect on others as well as on yourself. Broader understanding, no matter how people are worshipping their deity, any form of worship backed up by the faith, even the leaning towards worship has been promoted by God's will. So who is behind your choice of whom you worship, what you want? That's what Krishna is saying. No matter whom you worship, no matter whatever is your desire, I am the one who is giving you all this through your Ishtadevata. Whatever divine form a devotee wishes to worship, with faith, the role of faith, Shraddha. It is I who intensify and render his faith unflinching in that form. First level of your success in spirituality, that you are worshipping your deity and God allows you to develop that concentration and following precisely all that scriptures dictate in worshipping a deity. All this is promoting a spiritual movement. Whose grace? You may call it deity's grace, but ultimately it's God's grace. God is promoting it. Parents promote babies to go through kindergarten. The kindergarten study is very poor, but they promote it. Because that's how the babies grow first. So go through kindergarten. Another point, one should not have a sense of contradiction in your mind or mathematics, that I will not ask God for little things. I will suffer. The headache, I will suffer. Do not ask God. Don't give him trouble. Don't make him Anya Devata. This is not the real message. Allow your spiritual movement in a flexible way. The deeper focus is to allow your worship movement to become focused on Godward process. Worship becomes successful when Lakshmi Devi has given you prosperity. Now you don't turn to Lakshmi Devi for more prosperity. Turn to Lakshmi Devi's eyes and say, you have been so gracious. Please shower your grace on me. What else should I desire? When your mind is turning like that, now the Lakshmi Devi is becoming the Devata. Otherwise, she remains Anya Devata. So your mind should not go into a puzzle, even of figuring out, is it Anya Devata or the Devata? Dealing with your needs, etc., you can turn to the deity for handling your practical problems. But always understand, the deity is a source. He is the giver of grace. But the highest benefit you get is to be surrendered to that deity, not asking for what should I get. So if you are on the right course with sincerity, God goes on intensifying your faith. Faith in your upasana. If faith is being intensified, with each blessing you receive from the deity is awakening your soul to love the deity, the God. Your success in practical world is pointing to, inspiring you to have a deeper, profounder success. In your meditation, your mind may have variation. Sometimes you are focused on what you want and you worship the deity for that resolution. There is no contradiction. But in your heart level, you know the deity has created the entire universe and the goal is nowhere in the universe. So both aspects, one is in a deeper level, another in your practical level, not contradicting each other. 22nd. Sataya shraddhaya yukta tasya radhanamihate labate cha tatah kaman mayaiva vihitan hitan. Endowed with that faith, he worships that form of the deity, Krishna, Rama, Shiva, whomsoever. But it is I, the Absolute, assuming the form of the deity, that Brahman becomes your deity Shiva. Brahman becomes your Rama. Brahman becomes Krishna. I, assuming the form of the deity, bestow upon him the fulfillment of his desires. Assuming the form of the deity has two roles: fulfilling the desires, the needs, and the way you are expecting and aspiring and what is needed. All that is being fulfilled by the deity. That stage of the deity is a limited aspect. But while you are being fulfilled by the form of the deity, that form is opening a window to the absolute deity. So no matter who is your Ishta Devata, and no matter how the Ishta Devata has his or her characteristics, and you are led to worship the deity based upon your karmic structure. But no matter who is your deity, first get into practice of profound upasana. And follow the rules of righteous conduct, because every deity demands certain discipline on your part. If you do so, and the deity is pleased and granted you your wish, now let not your mind become stopped that now I have received everything that I want. Then your upasana is a failure. Now you open your mind to understand what you have asked for from the deity is so little. And that little is her prasad or his prasad. And prasad is meant to lead you to something greater. So that's something greater, that divine. He is to be given all the credit that comes through so many deities. Antavantu phalam tesham padvyak bhaktyalpamedhasam devan devayajo yanti madbhakta yanti mamapi. But worshippers of other gods possessing dull intellects attain finite results. Now, the handicap in this practice of upasana, you may keep your intellect dull. If upasana does not allow your intellect to move away from dullness, then upasana is sakamya. It means just fulfilling your desire, and that there is no end to your desires. Your goal is not to stay in the world of time, space, world of repeated embodiments. If you remain confined to sakamya upasana only, upasana, worshipping meant only to fulfill your desire. When you don't need it, you don't even say goodbye to the deity. Worshippers of these deities go unto them. That means they have a sense of communion with their deities, implying they receive their desired object. That those who are my devotees, they come to me. Me is the reality behind every deity. Me, God. So if you have worshipped your deity in a correct way, understand that all the benefits you are getting, the deity is not an independent reality. The deity is a channel of the divine. You can maintain the deity as a channel through your little mind, or understand the deity not as a channel but the absolute. Avyakta vyakti mapannam manyante mama buddhaya paramabhavam jananto mamavya mamanuttamam. Those who lack understanding consider me, who is the unmanifest, as having a human form. They do not know my higher nature, that is immutable and unsurpassed. You are being led to understand God is worshipped by people in different stages. Sagun Sakar is the beginning of God's worship. That's when you think of God, God has to have a form. And not only just have a form, looking good. but must be a fountain source of doing good things. Fountain source of virtues, divine qualities. So that's called Sagun. Sagun means all the qualities, virtues. Sakar, form. That's the first stage. Now, Sagun, next stage of Upasana is Sagun Nirakar. You don't worry about how God looks like. You're not thinking of Rama or Krishna. You don't go into the details. How is he sitting? If Shiva, then where is his Ganges? And where is his third eye? And all the details. You may do so depending upon your level of sadhana. But when you are going to the next level of upasana, you go into the mantra Om Namah Shivaya. I'm referring as an example, same way as Rama, same way as Krishna. Go into its deeper meaning. At that time, and God is that Shiva, that Brahman, that Krishna, that Rama is your essential nature. And coming to that level, there is intermediate stage. That God is your support. Upadrashta Numantacha Bharta Bhokta Maheshwara. He looks after you. He watches over you. If you are coming closer, succeeding Anumanta, he begins to inspire you. When you have done something good, he gives you a nice pat. And when you begin to receive that type of loving sense of attunement with God, then he becomes your Bharta. Bharta means your protector, your master, your mother, whomsoever you feel. He is your sustainer. And next stage, Bhokta. All that you do now becomes, how can I please God? How can I be a devotee of God? Nothing else counts. He is the all in all reality. He is the enjoyer. And coming into a more subtler way to understand, you come to realize that even what you are seeing, you are not seeing, he is the source behind it. What you eat and all the enjoyment, the source is God within you. Who is the doer? Who is the enjoyer? That who is God. So now your upasana turns. Beginning, just he was overlooking. Next, he was giving you a good slap, encouraging you. Next, he was holding you in your arms, become a baby in mother's arms. And now, he becomes all the reality in your personality. Bharta Bhokta Maheshwara. He becomes the absolute God. So that's the picture of the right course of upasana. Coming back to those three stages, so Sagun Sakar began with kindergarten. You enter into Sagun and Nirakar, all the qualities that your mind go after. And form has, hold the form, come now and then, but that's not the highlight. And then come to another level. You are now moving away from your entire mental set. Your mental set is a projecting machinery, projecting the world of Maya by chitta vrittis. All you are experiencing as the vrittis of the mind. But what is behind when your projections are there on the screen? The reality behind the projection is the screen. The reality behind all that your mind is working about is pure Satchidananda Brahman. That state is now Nirgun Nirakar. Now your mind has no language to describe it. Any description comes in the range of mental thought. Here all your thoughts are drowned. It's not such a difficult thing. You have a daily rehearsal of that. You work so hard, face so many challenges. And when you go to deep, deep sleep, all moves away from you. And the type of happiness now you enjoy cannot compare with all that you have been experiencing. Now, put this as a basis to understand. The whole world becomes so illusory. Whole world is viewed as mirage. So, in spite of all the world and whatever goes on, the deeper level of samadhi is like going into deep sleep, but not taking it literally. It's a positive counterpart, where mind is there, but you are beyond the mind. And you are not studying yourself on the basis of your mind. Operating with your mind, you are a wave in the ocean. When a mind is transcended, you are the ocean. Or again, I'm using allegorical words. In brief, Nirgun Nirakar. God has no form. You cannot conceive of a form where mind is transcended. And you cannot conceive of a quality of God. Whatever quality you think of God, even with your best of your mind, it is just something little. You may say, God is joyous. Oh no, He's bliss. Oh no, He's infinite bliss. Param Anand. And all the people say, oh, he has given the best description of God. But it's just a word, palabra. God cannot come in the realm of words, no matter how wonderful your words are. The actual experience goes far beyond words. When you dive into the ocean of joy, you become absolutely dumb. You can't go on describing how I'm diving. So, that is the Nirguna Nirakara stage. In a spiritual movement, you can have all the three stages, and Nirguna Nirakara becomes your final stage, your goal. And if Nirguna Nirakara stage matures, you become a Jivan Mukta, liberated sage. With this, I'm going to conclude. Om. Om. Ram, 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 Ram. Ram, 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 Ram. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Shri Krishnaya Namah. Om Shri Krishnaya Namah. Om Shri Krishnaya Namah. Om. Prayer for divine grace to shower Karunamaya Ras, the nectarine shower of grace, shower of compassion, to alleviate all the terror and pandemic fear, and instill in the heart of everyone the profound truth. God is your reality in your heart. And attainment of God realization is your goal. The world is not your goal, but the world will become a channel of experiencing divine grace and the joy of progressive fulfillment of your soul. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukma Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyama Mritat. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Bhantu Nivinayak Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kashchid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat.